of things in sports and entertainment. And now, here are your hosts, David and Sammy Joseph.
72 games. Shortest rest they've ever got. Who's in the NBA Finals?
Right now, I'm gonna
New York, Brooklyn, and Clippers.
Right now, I gotta go with LA and Brooklyn. I have to go there because after seeing Kevin Durant have his legs, and then Kyrie have his legs, and then LeBron and AD is gonna have their legs, and they're gonna be good with their role players as well. Right now, I gotta go. Those are the two tailor-made teams for the finals.
Man, I want to pick the Nets hands down so bad. I really do. But I'm trying not to fall into the same trap I fell in last year. The sexy best pick we wanted to see was Clippers LA, Clippers Lakers, Clippers Lakers. And it didn't happen because it's almost like it was too good to be true. And I feel like Brooklyn and LA is too good to be true. It's too easy. So I'm going to say it's going to be the Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know why. It sounds like a fantasy. It sounds like a Cinderella story. But there's just a certain energy in the air ever since Giannis announced that he's staying with the Bucks. It feels like he shifted the sports world and the sports universe into the proper direction, into direction of positivity, into the direction of nobleness. Instead of running away with his tail tucked between his legs, he did the right thing and gave Drew Holiday, Middleton, and the new supporting cast a chance. And I just think he's going to come back a little bit better. And Drew Holiday really, really is that second option. I think that could benefit him. I think it's going to be the Bucks and Lakers.
But let me ask you this: do you think Giannis changed his game enough?
That's what I just alluded to when I said I think the combination of the fact
personally,
I think the combination of Drew Holiday, who's now a second option in the playoffs that you could really benefit from, pushes Middleton to a third option where he'll be more efficient at, and I do think he'll make a little bit of improvements, just enough to get them to at least play in the finals. I do think him signing that contract, he did it for a reason. He's motivated. I think he wanted the weight off his team's shoulders and his family's shoulders. And I something about the vibe, it just feels good, man.
I don't know. I still see Milwaukee falling in like the second round. I really do.
The second round. So Drew Holiday doesn't make them a little bit better.
He does make them better. No, he does make them better because he's a guy that you can give the ball to and he can hold his own and he can hit the shot and he can defend. He does make them better. But at the end of the day, if you build that wall on Giannis, is Giannis going to do enough things to get past that wall? I still don't think so. I still don't think so. I still think the shot's not good enough. I still think the post move isn't good enough. He has to have either one or the other if he wants to break through that wall. And when you look at Brooklyn has a Kevin Durant. They got a Jared Allen. They got a DeAndre Jordan. That's tough.
But let's be fair. You're right about that. And like I said, I want to pick Brooklyn. I'm right there with you, bro. They look perfect. But the Clippers looked perfect too. They had some of the two best two-way wings. They had depth at every position. They had Lou and Montrezl, who are 6 men every year. I just feel scared. I'm traumatized. It's like when you get with that girl that broke your heart and you don't want to fall for that same pattern. I'm not picking the Nets.
No. Can I give you some faith? Can I bring you to my side? Let me bring you to my side. We're talking about Kevin Durant and we're talking about Kyrie Irving, bro.
Right.
These dudes ain't punks under pressure. They're not punks.
Not at all.
Paul George is a known punk.
Yeah, but Kawhi's not. Punk. If we're fair to him, and he choked too.
Let me say this about Kawhi. Kawhi never even felt pressure. You
have a point.
This is his first year. This is the first year he really felt pressure.
I respect that. This
When
was
he
his
was on
first.
San Antonio, he wasn't feeling no heat. He wasn't in that microwave.
You're right.
Timmy, Manu, Parker, they were in the microwave.
You're right. Let me throw this
on the
at you.
Raptors, everybody got hurt. That wasn't no microwave.
No,
He was
you're
on his
correct
way to the
about-
microwave.
You're right about that. He did not feel the pressure until this year. I agree. But let me throw this at you. For the most part, if you look at the course of NBA history, the first year with great teams, for the most part, it doesn't work the first year. The 2008 Celtics was an anomaly. They came together, they made the trade, the parts fit, and they went all the way. LeBron lost his first year together. We saw what happened with Golden State when they were on their way up. They didn't win on their first year together. When they Draymond, Clay, and Steph, like that, it takes something special, and it takes a lot to go right outside of talent to win it on your first year when you have superstars like that. I just don't want to fall for the trap. I would love that finals. I think that would be the best television you could possibly put out there, man. That would be great. The Brooklyn Nets versus the Lakers, KD versus LeBron, Kyrie versus AD. It would be perfect, but I don't know. Something tells me that Jrue Holiday is enough. I think, and I gotta call you out on this. I think you're right about Giannis needing to improve his game, but I think you're underestimating how good Jrue Holiday is, where he could cover up for Giannis if Giannis's shot is still far away from being efficient enough. He got the shot that when Giannis is being walled up and doubled, now that he could take it off the dribble or sink the shot or hit it to Middleton. Now him and Middleton are even more open because they're both playing next to Giannis. So I think we're underestimating that a lot.
I'm not underestimating that. What I'm saying is, if you neutralize Giannis, they can't win. They can't win 4 out of 7. If you're talking about neutralizing Giannis, Giannis is gonna have to be the same explosive, unstoppable force if they want to go all the way into the finals. He's gonna have to be that. And if you build that wall, I want to see if he can still, be that unstoppable guy with the wall there. We haven't seen it yet. I'm not gonna get fooled again. You're talking about the Clippers. I'm not gonna get fooled again. I picked the Bucks 3 years in a row.
You're right about that. You did get fooled, and I was trying to tell you. But the reason why I'm changing my tune is I think absolutely we do have to see it. We have to see it to believe it. We have to see Giannis at least get a mid-range or a go-to move. But I'm saying under the worst case scenario, if he does it, I think Jrue Holiday could cover that up. The combination of Jrue Holiday and Middleton, now it gives him something to fall back on. But make no mistake about it, I'm expecting him to at least come with his game improved. I want him to have his game improved because I'm tired of him staying at the same level. But let me ask you this. If you don't think the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be far into the Eastern Conference, who's the biggest threat to the Brooklyn Nets then? I would say the Bucks and then the 76ers. What do you think?
Miami, yeah. Miami's still there.
Oh, my God.
Miami's still there.
Miami,
still there.
I got to see.
Miami, think about it. Duncan's only going to get better. Tyler's only going to get better. You know what I mean? Bam's only going to get better. Jimmy, he's still going to be that same hungry. You think
If they
Jimmy's
get
not going to be
James
even
Harden,
more hungrier after that loss?
If they get
You know what I
James
mean?
Harden. But you
And
still
that
need,
too, they're in
you
the
still
hunt
need
for
to
James
do
Harden.
something to your roster. I agree with you. Those guys
To
are
get to
on
the
the
Eastern
rise.
Conference?
But I think when you make the Eastern Conference, no matter where you end up, I think the best teams all make 1 or 2 moves. The Miami Heat, they made a little move. What, they picked up Avery Bradley and Mo Harkless. They didn't make enough moves for me to feel like,
That's defense.
they're running it back. They didn't make one run it back move.
Yeah, that's more defense. They didn't really need the offense.
They need the offense. What do you mean? Their defense is perfect.
Man, Goron is still
Their
a
team
killer.
defense is elite.
Goran showed last playoffs he's still a killer. If he didn't get hurt, that
They need another offensive player to go with him and Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo's not an offensive player.
That's where Duncan and Tyler's gonna come in.
No, they're on the right trajectory. They're going up, but I think they needed somebody that could slide right in, like a Brad Beal or maybe a James Harden if they end up getting him. I think they needed another offensive weapon. They need another weapon.
I don't know, man. If they go up against the Bucks, they already showed they got.
Oh, they could maybe beat the Bucks. I'm not doubting that. But to say that the biggest threat to the Nets,
and if they go up,
they might get swept by the Nets.
I don't know about swept. I don't know about swept, but they could.
I don't like that matchup for them at all.
I just like them. I like them more than Philly and the Milwaukee and
why don't
Toronto.
you like Philadelphia after they improved their roster so much?
Because Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, they're still divas.
You don't like their one more shot with Doc Rivers and Daryl Morey? This is Daryl Morey we're talking about.
They're in that same boat of you gotta see it to believe it. You gotta see it. You gotta see.
Great.
You have
to see. It's Doc. A guy that everyone has to respect and has to honor his leadership and veteranship. They might be motivated differently.
You know I respect Doc, Dave. Come on, man. You know I vouch for Doc. But come on, you got to get one guy to shoot, and then you got to get one guy to get down low. That's too tough of a job.
Word on the streets.
They should be doing this already.
Word on the streets is Philly's loosening up, and they're willing to include his name in a trade for Harden now. They're talking to playoff teams. Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons?
Yeah, they said they would talk about it. If Harden plays for Embiid, I think they're a threat.
Okay,
I'm not going to sneeze at that.
Yes, yeah.
If it somehow ends up Harden and Embiid, that dude was way more successful.
I agree. If they
I don't care what anyone says.
If they can snatch James Harden, I'll put them right next to Brooklyn. But if they stay like they are, no. I like.
Damn, you don't like Ben Simmons like that? Yo, Ben Simmons is a stud, man.
He's not hungry enough.
He's a great all-around player.
He's not hungry enough. If you're not gonna shoot the ball, at least do what Greek Freak does. Force your way in there, make people double team you, make people build walls on you.
I just really think Ben Simmons is the type of player that we'll be able to see how good he is when he's a solo act. And if he goes to somewhere like Houston, he'll kind of be one. And we'll be able to see how good he is, man. Like, he's that good. Like, the shot is his only problem. I have no complaints about nothing else.
I don't really complain about the shot like that.
He's an elite defender.
I complain about him not taking more attempts at going to the basket.
I think he's going to take a little bit more with Doc Rivers.
That's what I complain about.
I think so. I think he's going to take a little more with Doc Rivers, at least mid-rangers.
I got to see it to believe it.
And here's another thing you're sleeping on. Doc Rivers did make Tobias Harris play his best basketball when he was in the Clippers. So I do think he could get Tobias Harris being that X factor. He's key for them. Like, if Tobias Harris is playing like his net all-star level that he showed on the Pistons and the Clippers, that'll make them way more dangerous. Tobias Harris is that barometer for how good they could be.
I like Tobias too. I like Tobias. I think he could be like a 19, 20 guy himself. But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's not gonna be the big issue with them. I think the big issue is gonna be the two stars. And when your two stars have so much issues, that's what's gonna hold you down.
So you're telling me if they're healthy and Embiid's in shape and they play most of the games they need to play and they're healthy going to the playoffs and they got shooters with Danny Green and Seth Curry, they can't feel confident against anybody in the East? I like that squad against anybody.
Not the top teams.
They are a top team in the East.
Not the top teams. I put them in the same. I put them in the same type of boat with Boston.
No, they're better than Boston. Please give them a better than Boston. Boston.
How can I give them that?
Boston.
Why am I going to give them that? Boston has at least went more places.
Oh man.
Every
year they're Boston's kryptonite. They're a bad matchup for Boston. Every year.
Embiid is a bad matchup.
Every year Celtics struggle against them.
Because Boston has a big. But what I mean by the same boat as Boston is I think they're good teams. I just think they have too many issues that they're not addressing.